Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, angelic astrologer and spiritual consultant from angelmessenger.net, here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, November 24th through Sunday, November 30th, 2014. So this is the last complete week to the month of November, and then we're going to be moving into a new month and the last month of this year, December. So be sure to check out the monthly angel card reading for December. I'll do that in a few days. And also I want to make mention that I just did a Soul Reflections video yesterday. So you might want to check that on my YouTube channel. Soul Reflections video that talks about the energies between now and the end of the year, some of the big highlights that's going on, as well as the transition of energies into the new year of 2015. So again, be sure to check out that Soul Reflections video. Now this is the week of Thanksgiving here in the United States. So I also want to make mention, and even for those of you who aren't in the United States but all around the world, since this is our week of Thanksgiving here, we give thanks and have gratitude for those things in our lives, the people in our lives that mean the most to us. And so I want to take this opportunity to give thanks to all of you, each and every one of you, for your support and your kindness, your comments for my YouTube videos, your comments and liking of my posts on my Facebook page. It's because of all of your supportive energy, your kind energy, your spiritual energy that brings me to the place that I am now and moving forward on my path. So much gratitude to all of you, and thank you all so very much. Now, as we get into this week's astrological configurations and astrological energies, on Tuesday the 25th, we have Mercury, the planet of communication, thoughts, and ideas, and it comes up to connect with Saturn and Scorpio. Now, Scorpio, obviously, we know is a very deep sign. We've had a lot of Scorpio type of energy over the last couple of weeks. With several planets being in Scorpio aside from Saturn. But Saturn is the great teacher, and Saturn is here to teach us lessons about our power and about standing in our truth. And with Mercury coming up to Saturn on Tuesday, a couple of things. First, I think that communications might somewhat be hampered. We might maybe need to communicate our truths, but maybe we have difficulty kind of bringing that out in the open. However, it's a really good time to go within and contemplate what our truth is and to think about what it means to stand in our power. And yes, there is that energy of communicating it, but like I said, Saturn is one of those planets that it's about a lesson. It's about teaching us what we need to do. So maybe we need to speak our truth to someone. It might be difficult and challenging, but this is the time period where, like I said, we can get really deep with our thoughts and what it is that we truly believe and that we truly want to say or need to say when it comes to certain situations, circumstances, or relationships in our lives. As we move into Wednesday, Venus, which has newly gone into the sign of Sagittarius, is in an aspect with Uranus. Now, it's interesting to me because Venus rules relationships and love, but it also rules finances and money. And it's left Scorpio, a little bit ago, a few days ago, and moved into this freedom-loving, inspirational, fast action kind of sign of Sagittarius. Now, Uranus is a planet that's also about freedom and excitement and redirection and things that are unexpected that happen. And with Venus making a positive aspect to Uranus, I just really feel like we're going to have some surprises. Now, you might even feel this, a day before as this aspect is approaching. So Tuesday, Wednesday, you're going to be feeling this itch for freedom or change or independence. And like I said, there might be some unexpected redirections in relationship matters or some surprises in money or finances. But it should be very positive because it is in a trine aspect, and a trine is a very positive aspect. On the same day, the Sun makes a challenging aspect to Neptune. And the Sun is also now and newly in the sign of Sagittarius. So again, this is about our identity, our ego, which now is about freedom and truth and independence. And it's in this challenging aspect to Neptune, so I just feel like we might be a little confused this day. And that might go with the surprising energies, whether they be positive surprises, and I don't want to say not positive surprises with the Venus and Uranus, but truly can be unexpected surprises. And I just feel like with the Sun in that challenging aspect to Neptune that day, that we're just going to wonder what just happened, or is this really true, or now where am I supposed to go, what's my next step now, and what is freedom and truth and independence, and what are these Sagittarius energies all about right now. Then Thursday, which is Thanksgiving Day here in the United States, Mercury finally leaves Scorpio behind and joins Venus and the Sun in Sagittarius. So now we have the planet of communication, thoughts, and ideas, Mercury, going into freedom-loving, independent-loving, lover of excitement and adventure, Sagittarius. And so communications are going to be uplifted, ideas and inspirations are going to be uplifted. We're going to have all of these thoughts racing through our head. Now, it happens on Thanksgiving Day, but not until the evening, actually 9:26 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So you'll have to adjust for whatever time zone you're in. But with Mercury being in Scorpio for most of Thanksgiving Day until the evening, again, depending on where you are in the world, that tendency to think deeply and what do I want to say, stand in our power, speak our truth, still kind of really is there with Mercury and Scorpio throughout the day. And it's not until later that day in the evening. And of course, as you're in Europe or countries moving that way in the world towards Europe, England, Italy, Belgium, that's definitely in the wee morning hours moving into Friday. For those of you that are on the California coast or in Hawaii, that area, we're looking at early evening, 5, 6 o'clock, that time period that Mercury shifts into Sagittarius. Now if you're awake, you're going to feel that shift, because from Scorpio to Sagittarius is definitely a big shift into lighter and brighter energy. And we've already gotten a taste of that with Venus moving into Sagittarius and then the Sun moving into Sagittarius last week. So everything is getting lighter and brighter as we move forward. And then on Sunday, November 30th, the last day of the month, Mercury, which is now in the early degrees of Sagittarius, is making a challenging aspect to Neptune. So earlier on Wednesday, we had the Sun making that square aspect to Neptune, and now on Sunday, we have Mercury making that square aspect to Neptune. So communications might be a little unclear on Sunday, and it might be a little bit confusing. So really make sure you hear what people are saying, and really make sure to reiterate what you are trying to express to other people. Okay, now your stones of choice for your special message card this week, which, by the way, the special message card is coming from the Ascended Masters deck by Doreen Virtue, and of course we're going to use our Angel Tarot deck for the message in general for the week, and that's also by Doreen Virtue. Now your stones of choice, I decided to choose 3 green stones. And the reason why I wanted the color green is because we're in this week of Thanksgiving and gratitude and showing our appreciation to people in our lives and for the things that we have in our lives. And to me, that's all heart chakra energy. So I was guided to choose 3 green stones, and my angels and guides told me not to let you know what the properties of each stone is that you truly now have to go on your intuition as far as what stone of choice you're going to choose for your special message for this week. So the first stone to choose from is Seraphonite. Seraphonite, the Seraphonite I have here is a deep, dark kind of, I don't even know. It's even darker than an emerald green color, but it's very, very deep green color with some white inclusions in it. So that's Seraphonite. Your second stone of choice is Raw Emerald. This is a raw emerald, and it's got some green flecks of the emerald throughout the stone here. And then your last stone of choice is a green moss agate, which again is obviously green with some white in that makes it look like moss, which is why they call it moss agate. So again, your stones of choice are Seraphonite, raw emerald, or moss agate. Now let's go ahead and give the tarot deck a shuffle here and asking for our angels, guides, master guides, and teachers of the light to come in, giving us whatever message is most appropriate for everyone for this week, this last week of November 2014. Calling in all of the archangels, the ascended masters, and this one's sticking out, so we're going to pick that for the first card. I'm looking for that second card, which is actually right here. And actually the third card is right here. And actually this one's poking out, so I'm going to actually pick that one for a special extra card back there. Alright, so let's see what our message is for this week. We start out with the Ace of Water, and the message says, falling in love or a resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, and also it can deal with home. It says a new home. And this, of course, is all about our emotions, our feelings, the beginning of that emotion and feeling. And I do feel, that there is a tendency here with home and children and family with the ace. The ace is kind of like the number one, so it's the beginning, and we're talking about, young energy, fresh energy. So I really feel like this is going to be a week of connections, emotional connections, which makes a lot of sense being that it's Thanksgiving. And a week where our intuitions are going to be enhanced this week. And again, I feel like there's relationships that are emotionally meaningful that we're going to be connecting with and dealing with for the week. But we definitely need to turn the second card over to get more information. So let's see what else they have to say. This is the Magician. Now this is interesting. It's Major Arcana 1, and I just talked about the ace being like the number 1. So this is Archangel Raziel, and the message at the bottom says, you are ready, you have the resources or the ability to manifest them, and life is magical. So I feel like this is about magical communication, and they're saying it's not necessarily just communication with other people, family, friends, loved ones. It could even be with, your career or your boss or your coworkers, but besides communications being magical, they're also saying that this is about your thoughts. To me, the Magician is about projecting your thoughts and your intentions in a magical way so that you can start the manifestation process. And again, the number 1 is about starting. It's about initiation. So here we're in the beginning stages of using our magical abilities through our thoughts, our ideas, our communications and intentions to create a desired outcome, and whatever that desired outcome might be for you. Now again, this might be in home and family matters, might be in love relationship matters, might be regarding your career or projects that you're working on. But this is definitely saying that you have the ability, using those magical energies of your thought, your mind, to create this week. Let's see what the last card is so we can round out what the message is all about. Okay, this is the Three of Air. It says great sadness, take time to heal, and the need to forgive yourself and others. Now, an air card is also about thoughts and ideas and communications. And right away when I turned this over, Spirit was saying that we're going to be dealing with loved ones and family this week in a way to where there's certain things that need to be healed and released and let go. So maybe we've had a long-standing argument or difficulty or challenge with someone. Again, it could be a family member, it could be a significant other, like a child, a parent, or a husband, wife, or a loved one in a relationship. But it's someone you're close to. The Ace of Water that we start out the week with is talking about relationship matters where we have a deep emotional connection, that we really have deep feelings for these people. And whatever this is about this week, it's saying that you have the capacity with the Magician. You have the capacity through, first of all, magical energies that are within you, through what you intend to accomplish, or the healing that you intend to bring about, but also the magical energies of your guides, your angels, universe. To me, the major arcana is universal energies, and so you definitely have divine protection, guidance, and assistance as we're working through whatever this Three of Air is about. So again, we're working through healing old situations with people in our lives that need some sort of forgiveness or compassion or understanding. And it's time to heal that. It's time to mend that so that we can move into, because very soon we're going to be moving into a new year. So this is about moving into a new cycle of energy and having old energies cleared out, having old energies being healed and released. Let's see what the extra card is. Maybe it'll give us a little more information. This is nice. This is the Knight of Earth. This is loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. It says time to buckle down, get things done, honor your commitments, and it is about a guardian angel. And truly amongst everything else that this card might be about, the focus here to me is a guardian angel. That they're saying that, again, you're divinely guided and protected. And not just in a spiritual way, because this is an earth card. This is a card about manifestation. This is a card about things happening in our reality as we see and feel and understand our reality. So we're going to have that guardian angel energy actually happening through blessings of manifestation right in our third dimensional realm, so that we can see them. We can see the blessings that come forth. We can see the healing that's happening between us and other people in our lives. We can see the manifestation of those gifts that are about to kind of spring forth as we're getting very close to moving into a new energy. Let's see what your extra message is, depending on your stone of choice. So I hope that you were able to kind of decide. The angels kind of pulled one over on you, just not letting you know what the stones were about, but just having you use your intuition and guidance for the message. The people that chose the Seraphonite, this is funny because I say it's funny. This is twin flame, and I'm going to hope that I pronounce this Ascended Master correctly, Angus. But the reason I say it's funny is because when I was shuffling this before starting the video, because I always kind of meditate with the cards and shuffle them while I'm meditating, just to kind of put that spiritual energy of the week into them, this card fell out onto the floor. And I just put it back in the deck, and continue to shuffle. But this card definitely wanted to come out. So obviously, the people that chose Seraphonite, we're talking about twin flame energy, whether this be someone, a soulmate that you're in a relationship with, which would end up being a very important soulmate relationship, the one that you're looking for, and that, again, things need to be healed and released and worked out between you. But this can also be about, I feel like what they're saying is it's more about releasing and healing any karmic patterns in the family or any karmic patterns in relationships that need to be released and healed this week, because you're ready to bring this person in, okay? So maybe you're not in a relationship and you're looking for the soulmate that you want to, be in a relationship with. Or maybe you're in a relationship, but it's not just the relationship that you feel is going to be your long-term, forever kind of relationship, They might be a good person, a wonderful person, but maybe it's just, there's just some sort of energy missing there. Or again, like I said, you could be in the relationship with your twin flame already, but the focus definitely is about healing certain energies this week so that this twin flame, this relationship, this soulmate energy can be in your life, come into your life. It's ready. It's ready to come in and be a part of your life. So, wonderful energy there. Okay, let's look at what the message for the people that chose the raw emerald. So again, we're going to just shuffle here, and this one on the bottom is ready to fall. So, whoops, it fell again. The message for the raw emerald people is crystals with Epona. Now, this to me is about working with crystal energy. They're also telling me that some of you out there might be, they're talking about star people, star children. So some of you out there, the message is about you understanding and realizing that you're from the heavens, you're from the stars, because to me the star people are the ones that are most attracted to, drawn to, and work with the crystal energy. So there's a twofold message here depending on who you might be out there as far as the raw emerald people. It could be a message about working with crystals more, that there's something about the energy of crystals that's going to help you with healing this week, the healing of family or relationship matters that needs to be healed. But also the other message, like I said, is about just knowing and understanding and accepting the fact that you are one of the star people from perhaps another galaxy, another dimension. I don't want to sound too far out, but definitely knowing that you're otherworldly, and that you have this magical ability with energy, not just crystal energy, but with energy projection and energy healing, and crystals definitely can be a part of that. Okay, and then let's see what the special message for the moth agate people is. And this one on the bottom is ready to fall. This is Apollo, focus upon your strengths. I always love seeing this card because to me this is about confidence and courage and independence and self-sufficiency and take charge ability, leadership ability. And Apollo this week is telling you to focus on these aspects within yourself, that these are strengths that you have. Now, maybe you have other strengths as well. Maybe your strengths are creative self-expression or using your words and ideas. It could be a whole host of things. But whatever your strengths are, the message of this card says to focus on them this week. Perhaps it's focusing on whatever strengths that you have that it's going to assist you with the healing and the magical communication and forgiveness and whatever needs to happen here this week with other people in your lives, that somehow focusing on your own gifts, talents, and abilities is definitely going to be helpful with that. Okay, so I hope you liked this weekly angel card reading. Again, a big thank you to all of you. Much love and light. If I can do anything further as far as giving you some more specified, personalized information through your astrology chart, through your numerology, your name vibration, through whatever your angels and guides might have to say that might help you along in the next step on your path, please visit angelmessenger.net. Look me up. I have a special consultant page there that will tell you all about what kind of services I offer. And again, look forward to that December monthly angel card video very soon. So happy holidays to all, and we will talk with you again. Angel blessings to all.